Hello and welcome back to RailRoads Online. So today we are running logs, kind of back at the beginning, but you got to keep the process flowing. So that's what we are doing. Gives us an opportunity to be back in the class 48, which is one of my favorite locomotives anyway. Size and cost wise, this thing is just great as far as I'm concerned. Great for the early game, especially, and I think you can always find a use for it in the long run. Yeah, alright. Fire is good. Fire is not really hot yet. Gotta go out and check the brakes. Alright, and then as we get going, a couple things to take care of. Just wanted to say big thank you. We did recently go over 900 subs on the channel. Can't believe it, kind of awesome. So we hit another benchmark on the way up. So big thank you to everybody out there for all the recent subscribers, and hope we keep that one going. Been a lot of fun. If you're into the trying to run as a group or some multiplayer stuff, please do join the Discord. You'll find that in the description below. There will be a link for that. So we have been doing more and more open running and multiplayer running. So, and we'll have some different things coming up in the Discord for people to join in on. So if you are interested in that. But big thank you. That one goes out to all the... What? Well, wasn't that slightly awkward? Okay. Not sure what that was about. Okay. Well, whatever. What order are we actually in? 1, 2, blank. So if I actually put this one back here, give me an opportunity to straighten some stuff out. Should have put that one on in the other direction, though. I'm not sure what did that. That's kind of surprising. I guess right at the start of the video, it isn't like I couldn't restart it, but whatever. Give us a chance to straighten out some cars. Boom, boom. Probably don't have any brakes on there. Probably want some brakes on there. Okay, now we can whoop back that into that one. I still don't like these new pins. It's so hard to see. Turn that off. Or are we gonna roll? We're gonna roll. Contact. Bet this one is not gonna roll that direction though, because that would be way too easy. That was kind of crazy because it did just like spike and flip up in the air. I know we've had some issues with some desyncing of the wheels, or the trucks, if you like, whatever you want to call them. That's been a bit of an issue lately, so not sure if that's what that one was. Uh-oh. Not sure that you have a pin in anywhere. Easier to put it in there. Alright. And we will back this up. Boom. Keep picking up the other locos. Pin that one. That one got pinned. We just gotta get to the back. Off that. Off. 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 And not off. Off. Ooh, now we're gonna start taking off. Whoa. Alright, brakes. Off. Reverser. Alright, let's not take off like This thing takes off so fast. The 48 really does. I mean, this is like you mash it and it just goes, and that might have been why we just yanked stuff off. That's not exactly what you would call a gentle curve. I mean, it works, but it's not exactly what you'd call a gentle curve, so maybe just yanked them off. I'm not exactly sure. Haven't had the 48 out for a little bit either, so that's probably part of it. This being the first run of the day, sometimes, you know, that first hookup seems a little weird. I'll say that's fair. Still want louder bells in the game. No doubt about that. And, of course, you know, I wonder if... I bet you I still have this. Go turn way down. So we'll turn that up. Sorry about that. Chatting, it gets to be a little loud when you're in Discord, so turn that one down. So anyway, back into the 48 and humming along. Now that we got that reset and reloaded, nothing like starting a run out with a dump on your head. Get a good look, which the 48 obviously handles this run pretty easy. But you can do this run with the Porter. So the 48 is kind of just, you know, overkill, but dream control, to be honest, for this kind of run. So just ease it down now, going over the new rails that we had fixed. So everything looking a little better here. And there you get a little bit of jiggle as we go through the switches. But everything seems to be doing okay. The one thing is with this one, you're going to have to actually slow down more than anything, because the 48 is just simply going to overpower this run. So we may actually stick a different locomotive on here. Something that's not as beefy and going to just rip the run, I guess, because I mean, as you see, the 48's going to do it. You know, we could probably do it on 12% or something. So we may be changing this locomotive out. Not sure what exactly we'll do with the 48 at that point, so that's kind of the toss-up. 48's definitely great at pulling. It's not the best at stopping, but it is a pretty great puller, especially for early on in the game. Another one I have to say that kind of shocked, and this is going to shock when I say, is the new Shay is not actually as bad as maybe originally thought. No, seen some people, and definitely it's probably still not a mountain climber or anything, but people have been pulling, you know, 11, 12 loaded log cars with that thing and doing pretty good on it on runs that are not super steep or anything, but it does have some functioning use. I guess I'll say that. As long as you're not trying to travel too far. As we know, the thing is pretty slow. So I think we'll go ahead and get these loaded as fast as humanly possible. Being I really didn't plan on dumping the locomotive on its head to start the whole thing. Well, for the thank you there, but yeah, I do know if and when we hit 1,000 subs, we are going to do a live stream on YouTube for that. I know somebody suggested that I actually mention that, so there we go, mentioning that out of the way. So we will start doing some live stream. Not sure how, you know, frequent or often or any of that stuff yet, but is the plan at 1,000 to do a live stream and see how that goes. Alright, moving forward. Not that I'm hitting a whistle to warn anybody, but I do like the whistle on the Class 48, so there may be a few unneeded whistle blows in this video, because when I get in the 48, I do tend to pull on the old whistle, because you can, and That's that one is probably the one in the Heisler. I gotta say are probably my favorite in the game. That's not to say there aren't some decent other ones, but I do like the 48's whistle. Let's go. Still would not be sad to see us have a full load option where we could just go boom, click it once, and it would do all 5 swings instead of having to actually click, you know, for a load. I understand that you know, still having loading time if that's the idea, but it would be nice if we didn't actually have to click for every load. Hopefully one day, someday, down the road, that is a thing. Here we go. Still like this pickup out here when you hear the wood, or the trees falling. That's a great little touch. One of those fine little touches in the game that just makes it nice. I think a little more background noise here and there in the game would be a good thing, to be honest. It's the one thing we kind of are missing on. Alright, that tree has got to go. What is that tree? Is that tree like right in? It is in the building. I suppose because this is from a new save file. Let's see if I can get a hold of that tree and get it out of there. A, it's in the way for loading. B, this is it's in the building. This is the lumberjack. This is at the logging camp, and not one person out here thought it was a good idea to take down a tree that. Really? Bruh. Alright, whatever. Here we go. Probably pull it up right between the cranes too, so neither one of them are gonna drop on it. Let's see. We're not gonna get stupid lucky either. It's just gonna be right between them, isn't it? Oh, nice. Okay, that's fine. We'll take it. As long as we can get one in there. Of all places, it's sitting like right between them. Whatever. Honestly, wasn't paying attention. I was looking at that tree and why it was in the building. But it's not anymore. Checking out the logs. Go. Usually I do honestly like to just stand down here when I load a lot, just because you can go from crane to crane and you keep from getting cracked in the head every 15 seconds by a crane or a log. Saves on concussions mainly. Standing down here seems a little awkward, but it does just keep the loading things out in front of you. Alright, and there we go. Really? Threw me straight off the log. Alright. Alright, those trees gotta go too, man. They are right in the way. Totally in the process of cleaning up the trees, so all this swinging of the camera and stuff stops going through the trees. Working on it. Catching this save file up to where it needs to be, so it just looks a little better. Alright, that tree needs, you need to go. You need to go. Because that is so horrible when you pick up the camera. There we go. Alright, check that out. Now it's working. Boom. And a big class 48 rolling to life. I'm sure it's not even I'm sure, this thing could handle so many more log cars. Not sure how far or how long we're going to step up the trains on this save file to be. I might make a copy of this save file now and start pushing out the length of some things and seeing, and then keeping the this version for just the multiplayer side of things. So we'll just have to kind of see how that goes. Just for my own good, I'd like to be running some longer trains. So restricting myself in that fashion is a little bit, I think that might kind of be the difference between like my personal save, I guess, and the one we keep opening. This save file for some reason runs much smoother when operating multiplayer stuff, and whether that's the size of the trains or the fact that this layout does have a low number of switches, and we think that has a lot to do with it, more so than the size of the engines, is that probably the reduced number of switches, you know, between the two things anyway. That's the only thing I can think of that's different between this save file and a lot of people's save files that we've tried to run. So I don't want to mess with that too much, just because I don't want to mess up the multiplayer performance for Sundays. So I think I'll just turn them into two different save files now. And we'll go down that road. Still have a few trees to get rid of on here. We did swap out this middle bridge for people who've been watching that. I was going to do that, and so I did do that. I think it looks better. Still probably going to do something with the bridges here, but I did keep the 3 different bridge types just so we have something to refer to, at least at this point, as to which bridge you're going up or down when we are running multiplayer. Being that we don't have signs yet in any way, shape, or form, so it's just kind of easier to have some sort of distinguishing factor, but probably will be swapping out the woodwork there, at least, just because that one section's the only one that's different. Coming around the bend, as you can see, we have started getting rid of a lot of the trees, opening things up again. This being the turnaround loop, just much easier now. You can see if you have another train queued to come around or is on the switch. So that's been cleaned up, pushing back the track or the trees again so you can see switches nice and clean. So that is now started to be getting done on this save. Have come in and started to clean up. Industries are starting to get cleaned up. You know, it's all starting to come together now that we have finished out the route. But the route is working, so not going to do too much changing from here. Smoothing things out definitely will happen, as in it's never perfect on the first go, at least as far as I look at it, so that's definitely gonna happen. Oh, we are going a little fast. Nice thing with this train is it is not too long, so we can park the whole thing at the dock without any kind of problem. We do not have to unload this one on the fly just to keep it going, though I don't mind unloading logs on the fly. That's especially the nice part when you're running multiplayer, is you can just really keep those wheels rolling and the money rolling right with it, which is always the idea. This one I think is one of 2 loads we gotta get out of the way with wood to get this one topped back off for the day, but that'll keep us in business. So there we are. I think we're going to call that one a success. Pine Valley Lumber Company getting a pickup and delivery of the logs. And just wanted to say one more time, thanks again for the 900 subs, and hopefully we'll see you on the way to 1,000. Remember, if you do get a chance and you haven't already, like, share, subscribe. Subscriptions are free, but they sure do help the channel. Y'all have a great day.